Hello Year 6 and welcome to our new topic of allotment. Now, I've already seen Petra has made a beautiful outside bird feeder, and whilst we're also thinking about what we're going to grow, it's a good idea to think about what plants you can also be planting to encourage bees and the natural wildlife around you. Just where I am here, you can see some tomato plants that have gone in today. They love sunshine, so hopefully they're going to do well. We've got some salad, and down here we've got garden mint, so some herbs. Always nice to have some of your own homegrown herbs to use in your food. We are actually going to be doing some planting for indoors, for windowsills, so don't panic if you don't have outside space. And all you will need is, obviously you'll need some seeds. Now you can pick these up from most supermarkets, garden centres. I've noticed actually the co-op sell some compost, so if you need to get a bag of compost, good place to go. On some of the seed packets you can see they've actually got a little emblem of a bee saying ideal for honeybees, so that's great. That's actually helping you tell you which flowers you might want to get if you wanted to grow flowers when you have room. Even a window box outside your house is nice to have bees and pollinators like that. Today, because we're looking at allotment, we're thinking about growing something we can eat, which is such a wonderful feeling to be able to harvest your own crops. Now, what I'm going to be planting today is some basil, which is a really useful herb to put into not my tortoise, to put into your meals that you might like to eat. Now, the thing about basil is that it's actually a slow growing microgreen. There's quite a few microgreens, and it will take actually 16 to 25 days until it will be ready to pick and eat. If you wanted to go for a quicker microgreen, you could choose from a range of cabbage. Cress is a very good one. You just need a little bit of a damp kitchen towel to grow that. Don't even need the soil. Broccoli as well you could try, pak choy, and also radish. So that's a selection that you could try, and they would take 10 to 15 days. So about 2 weeks you'll be waiting. Now, containers. Brilliant if you can use a recyclable container. What I love about egg boxes is they're already divided into 6 parts, okay? Also, they're biodegradable, so you could move it from your windowsill to outside to a window box, and you can actually just put the egg box into the soil, and that was fine for the soil. So that's a good one. But before we plant it or we fill it with compost, we're going to need to pierce some holes in the bottom of it. Now, the reason for that is to allow water to drain, because we do not want our plants to become waterlogged, because they can actually drown. Now, plants need, in order to survive and be successful, they need warmth, they need sunlight. Plants are very clever and can actually make their own food through photosynthesis using the green chlorophyll that they have in their leaves. I think I've said warmth, sunlight, water, nutrients, which they get from the soil. Don't always need soil though. Have a look around. You might see the odd plant poking up from some concrete somewhere that you wouldn't expect. Okay, done. Got my holes in there. So I'm just going to use a shovel. Could use your hand, but you might get a bit mucky. Don't need too much, just enough to secure the seeds that you're going to pop in there. Making a right mess. If you are doing this inside, I would get a piece of newspaper or something to do it on, so you don't make a mess of your parents' or carer's house, because I'm sure you won't be making books if you do that. Okay, so once we've done that, we've got our suitable container. We've filled it with some compost. We didn't know what we're going to plant. We're going to plant some basil seeds. These should only cost you a couple of pounds a packet, so you can buy lots, choose which ones you want. Last year, Miss Banks and I with Year 6, we actually bought some broad bean seeds, and we managed to grow those in a jam jar with no soil. So have a go at those, and they became like something out of Jack and the Beanstalk. So you might want to have a go at trying to grow some of those. Okay, so I've got my seeds. This is sweet basil. Now, in order for me to remember what type of basil it is, it's a good idea to have a piece of paper and your pen and just make a little note. Sweet basil. Write that down, and then if I plant my sweet basil in here, I've got my little reminder of what it is. Okay, So normally if you're planting it in a bigger container, you might want to plant in rows. That gives the seeds space to grow, but we will actually be picking them before they're sort of fully grown, because we'll be harvesting them, so you don't need to worry too much. Okay, so I'm just going to put my seeds in there, sprinkle them in. There they go. They're quite small actually if you just have a look at them. Now, not all seeds will successfully germinate, so that's why it's a good idea to put a lot in there, and then you've got better chance of a bumper harvest. Just going to put a little bit more in there. There we go. Pat it down a little bit. That's great. Okay, now I'm also going to give it a little bit of a water just to get it started. Don't drown it though. Obviously don't use such a big, probably a little bit too much there. Just give it a little bit of water. Okay, and I am going to take this inside now and I'm going to put it on my windowsill. Now remember, it must be a windowsill that gets the sun. The more sun your seeds have, the faster they will grow and the quicker you'll get your delicious crop to eat. So that's it from me. Remember to check your sheet. It's got all the information on there. You will just need to get the compost, an old recyclable container and some seeds. Best of luck.